Hello and welcome to the 7th and final lecture of section 3. Here you will learn about security precautions, free tier cost optimization, a few quick tips and summary. EC2 security precautions, and you must follow these. Never ever share your AWS root user password to anyone. What is root user? Root user is the most powerful user in AWS. Yes, the one which you have used to sign up AWS account. It has unrestricted access. Moreover, if you are sharing credentials, you will never know who has done what. So you can never fix responsibility. Do not use root user for day-to-day operations. Why? Because it increases the chances of getting the credentials leaked. Do activate MFA or multi-factor authentication on your root account. So we have already seen this in IAM section. This is the most important one. Never ever post your AWS user credentials on GitHub or any online support forums. Hackers and Bitcoin miners are always on the lookout for these low-hanging fruits. If you don't follow this rule, be prepared to get a bill shock. That is a bill in 4 or 5 figures within a couple of days. Security groups. Start with minimum permission configuration. That is, don't allow unnecessary ports or unnecessary protocols from your security groups. Start with the minimum configuration. AWS documentation is precise and well written. Google any topic by prefixing AWS keyword and it will definitely land there. Example, if you want to search about security groups, just write AWS security groups. Free tier cost optimization. AWS free tier has many limitations in terms of usage. Example, Amazon EC2 has limits on type of instance you can use and hours of usage per month. The free tier for Amazon EC2 provides you with 750 hours of usage of T2 micro instance or instances. It can be a combination of a few instances or a single instance, but it should not exceed 750 hours. If you are using any resource not covered under free tier or beyond the hourly limit, be careful as you have to pay for it. So don't get confused about this 750 hours or T2 micro in free tier, because this does not mean you cannot use other EC2 instance type or you cannot use a T2 micro beyond 750 hours. You can use any resource for any amount of time, but it won't be free. You have to pay for it. So I hope this makes it clear. And if you want to know, if you want to understand more about it, just Google AWS free tier limits and you will land up to this URL. And the most important one, stop or terminate the instance or resources if you are not actively using them. Okay, if you think that you will never require that resource, terminate it or delete it. If you think you will require it after a few weeks or maybe a few days, then stop it so that you can start it again after whenever you need it. If you are stopping an instance, it means you won't be billed for that instance. So here are few quick tips, and the first one is how to stop or terminate instances. Let us quickly go through this screenshot. To stop or terminate an instance, go to AWS console, EC2 dashboard, select the instance, go to actions, and then after actions go to instance state. So if it is a running instance, this start will be grayed out obviously, and stop, reboot, terminate will be there. So from here you can select stop or terminate, whatever you want. Okay. Next, once the instance is stopped, you will find the status like this, as stopped in red mark. So this means that the billing for this instance is not going on. I mean, you will not get the bill for this. And if it is terminated, it will be shown as terminated. So terminated instances are not deleted then and there. They may be there for around 20 to 30 minutes within your console. Here's the quick tip number 2. How to modify an instance type. There can be some scenario when you need something bigger or something smaller than what you have right now. So how to modify the instance type? Okay, it's the same. Go to AWS console, EC2 dashboard, select the instance, go to actions, instance settings, and then change instance type. You need to select this, click this, change instance type. Okay, and after this you will go to the second screen, which will show you a number of instances within a drop down box or drop down list. From here you can select anyone, okay, whatever you wish. So this is how you modify instances. Quick tip number 3, how to back up your EVS volume. Theoretically we have already seen this. Now let us see what happens practically. Okay, you are again at EC2 dashboard, go to snapshots. Yes, this is left side towards the bottom. Click this snapshots, and then you will be shown with the second screen where you create snapshot is there. In this screen you need to select the volume. The volume, this is the volume for which you are going to get the snapshot or the backup. Then if you want, you can have this key. This is for identification tag, and then create snapshot. So your backup or snapshot is ready for that particular volume. Quick tip number 4, and this is the last one, how to check your AWS bill. So we have already discussed this in section 1, but within the context of EC2, just it's a reminder for you. So to check the bill, log in to your AWS console, and towards the right side top, click My Billing Dashboard. Once you click this My Billing Dashboard, you will be served with this page. This is Billing Dashboard, and here this is the current month bill. Since this is a fresh account, it's still showing $0 bill, and here you can see budget as well. Okay, so what is this budget for? This budget is actually to get automated alert when your resource utilization exceeds the threshold you define. Okay, so for example, you want that you should get an alert when your AWS bill crosses $10. Okay, so you can define your budget and you can get email whenever that threshold is reached. So it can be done like this. Whenever you click these budgets, you can create budget, and in this create budgets, for example, here I have set budgeted amount as $10. Okay, so refine your budget. Second option is also there. You can just ignore it and go straight to section 3, and here you need to fill up enter your email ID, and then submit this form, and finally you will get the alert whenever the threshold is reached. So as a summary of section 3, we learned about EC2 related features and components. We learned EC2, EBS, security groups, launching EC2 instance hands-on lab, using an EC2 instance, and finally the last one was wrap up and summary. Now participate in the quiz and test your skills. Finally, we have finished one of the core and most widely used services in the AWS cloud, that is EC2. Take a break and join me for the next section.